Anyways, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of TorqueTalks. Today we have Brian Skinner with us, and we're just gonna get into it because I don't know what else to say. So, Brian, first, easy, quick, basic questions. How long have you been tricking?
8 years.
8 years?
Yeah.
Oh,
No, 7 years.
I almost have him beat by double. This is upsetting.
Yeah.
What got you into tricking?
Well, I did karate like in the 90s. I did sport karate and I competed. And then I didn't do anything from like 98 until the beginning of 2001. I thought, I'm going to do karate again.
Yeah.
And so I started training a little bit and I started doing tricks and I found out that tricking existed. And within a few months, I was like, karate's stupid. I'm not going to do that anymore.
I feel like that's how everyone goes with sport karate.
And I was
Eventually
just a tricker. Like
dumb.
yeah. Like, you kind of have to because there's only so many like little chop punches that you can do before you get a little bored. Yeah.
Yeah. You have to yell every now and then. Okay, so then from there, so you like started tricking in like 2001?
Yeah.
Ish, yeah. What was the community like back then?
Well, I didn't know anybody for the first 6 months or a year.
Okay.
And then I met Nick, and there was maybe 3 or 4 other trickers, and we would go to
Yeah.
We would go to sessions at 5280 North and trick, and it was whatever it was. Most of us were all noobs. You know, Charlie was new, and what's his name?
How long has Charlie been tricking?
About the same time.
2001?
Yeah.
My math is real off. That was 18 years ago.
It was not.
2011.
Sorry.
2011. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm like, wait.
There was a 1 on there. I know it was somewhere in there.
I don't think I'm that bad at math. Okay, 2011. That makes more sense. Okay.
Yeah.
So Nick, Charlie,
Tucker was there apparently. I always forget that like we had this little kid. He was probably like 7 years old at the time. You know, just doing butterflies like constantly. And you know, he didn't really interact with us because he was a little kid.
Yeah.
But like, I was reminded that he's been around forever. And I was like, yeah.
Dang, I had no idea. I had no idea Tucker was around in the beginning.
Yeah.
Was Durbin and Perez and all them here at that point? Or?
No, Nick and Dan were not speaking at that period. And I believe
right at that point.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Durbin had already been long gone, I think.
See, I have no time frame.
I've never met him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I have no time frame for him.
Yeah.
I just know he was in Colorado, and then he wasn't in Colorado, and that's all I know.
I think mid-2000s is when he was here or left.
Okay.
I don't know.
So
That is correct.
That is correct.
mid-2000s.
Hunter says I'm smart.
So then from like 2011, that time frame, how has the community developed?
Well, it got really big. Well, you know, it was kind of just chill for, I don't know, a couple of years. And then it got really big when Tribe happened.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys moved here and things were flourishing. And then, you know, random interpersonal drama went down. And it kind of ebbs and flows like that over time.
All communities.
Yeah. So,
Like the East Coast communities have done that. People have done their own thing and broken off and done their own thing over there. West Coast communities have done the same thing.
yeah. You can see it with samplers too. Like you'll see a lot of stuff coming out of the DMV or whatever. And then
Nothing.
2 years later, you won't see anything.
Yeah.
Like even Gabby's not posting all of a sudden. And then they come back.
Yeah, it's weird. What about the global community?
What about it?
How has that changed since 2011 for you, in your perspective?
I think the power nations have kind of like rotated through. Like you know, England was really strong, and then Finland was just destroying everybody, and then you know now it's Japan just killing everybody. Australia was in there at some point. Like it's really interesting to see how this changes.
What are the Japanese trickers eating? Does anyone know?
Japanese food.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're gonna want to start with like fish and rice, I think.
Nobody likes you. Why are we doing this? Oh, God damn it. Yeah, no, they're real fucking strong right now.
It's crazy. And I hear these backstories from Arena, like how Tundra came about, and it was just some guy who saw Shosei just killing it and was like, this guy needs a gym. So he built this gym, and now they're just pumping out these little monsters.
I heard that story as well.
Yeah, I don't know whether or not it's true, but
Yeah.
that's what I
It's
hear.
it's the Yanni triple cork myth.
Yeah, I guess so.
Did you ever hear about that?
Tell me.
Back in like 2006 when I started, everyone was doing double, like people had just started doing double corks, and there was like the no triple corks is impossible.
Oh, right.
It's like it's not doable. And then people started getting close, and a niece was super close to it, and
Right.
then rumors started spreading around of I want to say a French tricker named Yanni
Okay.
that did it, and no one has any footage. No one has any
Right.
it's just hearsay.
I've heard that about a niece as well. Like, oh yeah, a niece landed it off camera like long time ago.
I
I'm like,
had footage of him. Might still have access to it
Really?
on a website somewhere.
Doing
I have
triple?
doing hook raise triple cork to feet and then washing out to his hip.
No.
Yeah,
Wow.
like stupid close. And then Scott 6 months later did it.
Huh. Has a niece landed it? Yeah. See, there's the question.
I don't
right?
think so.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I don't think he's chasing it
hearsay.
all, but
No, yeah.
yeah.
There was has he?
It depends on who you ask.
Oh, so the same thing, like footage or not.
Yeah.
It was like him with Dub Dub for a while too. It was like,
Yeah, yeah.
yo, did you fucking do it? Like,
Yeah.
your double cork is strong enough, and you're doing dub swing box for no reason. Like,
Yeah.
just one more time, just turn around.
Towels is the other one. It's like, I know you can dub. I know you can do it. I haven't actually seen it, I don't think.
He's done it at least once. He's in the club now.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, good for him.
But yeah, like for a while, it's
For years, I'm just like, where's the dub at? Like,
yeah,
you've been like spam dubs guy for the longest time. Like, where's your dub at?
right.
I know.
So speaking of dub dubs, you're gonna start training yours when you're 40, right?
I thought that was going to be the case, but my knee is not having that.
Well, but isn't it your swing leg?
It is. But
Okay, so just don't let it touch the ground.
Yes, yeah, I can't land badly though.
The first one's the good one, and then you just never do it again.
But see, I've got to get better at the first double, first of all.
Okay.
And then I've got to learn double cork, which I've never actually even tried. Like, I've done it in the foam, but that
Yeah.
doesn't really count, you know?
What if you do mega double fold double B twist?
Yeah, that's going to happen.
Because you don't need your left leg. for that.
Right. That's coming next year, guys.
I'm still on the hold Grumps accountable for 40.
Nice.
That's what I want. I want him to start training dub when you turn 40.
I thought it would be a cool thing to do, but it's just, I don't think it's reality at this point.
I feel you. I'm the same way with a lot of my tricks right now.
It's what it is. Like,
Yeah.
you get old and fat and hurt, and shit just goes downhill.
I don't care anymore.
Yeah, yeah. And I started old and fat, so it's even worse.
Sorry, old and fat. God damn it. Okay, so I have a question that I actually may already know the answer to, but just can't think of it. What is going on with trick theory right now?
I'm just kind of chilling on it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, since I can't really focus on tricking anymore the way I was or the way I want to. Sessions are really frustrating for me and just unfulfilling because I can't do the things I want to do. So I'm just kind of taking a back seat and I'm leaving the site up, but I'm not
Adding or changing or doing.
No, and there's nothing to change. I haven't seen any new concepts or terminology coming out that warrants being put up. If I do, I will.
Right.
And I try to keep the events page going just for people because they look at that.
handy, yeah. Okay.
But other than that, it's just kind of sitting in the back.
I thought that might have been it,
Yeah.
but I wasn't sure if you just killed it because whatever.
Nah.
Okay. Speaking of terminology and fun things,
Uh-oh.
this might get controversial. How can I not get attacked for this?
Get attacked, it's fun.
What are your thoughts on over-rotated and under-rotated tricks? Like takeoffs and landings.
They exist. Way more than they should.
But does it warrant a different name?
It depends.
Like if you...
I think it's case by case. Because, I think there's two ways to look at this kind of thing. In the first way is it just as a pure aesthetic. Did it look cool? Great.
Uh-huh.
Then it's fine. You know, and that's how you should be looking at combos at a gathering, right? Like, let's just see some wild ass shit for the next 9 hours.
And that's that. And for me, like when I started tricking, that's kind of how it was. So, like,
Yeah.
does it look cool? Cool. All right. Can we give it a name?
Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like, is it distinguished enough from this to this?
Yeah.
Second part that you were gonna say.
So then more on a more technical level, like if you're looking at your own footage, you should be much more, in my opinion, critical and exact in your standards of these things. Because if you start accepting 90 degrees short is complete, it's fine. Like you're kind of pushing it a little bit. But then the next guy is going to be like, well, you know, it's like 135 degrees short. And then before you know it, like if you're landing forward, people are like, oh, good job on your triple cork. And you're kind of like, you've destroyed the game. Like you're doing something different.
That's always been my biggest frustration with it. Is people like, you do something new, people freak out. And then you always have the dick riders that people freak out anyways, whether you did it or not. And you're just kind of like, I don't want to be that guy. I'm always that guy. I don't want to be that guy this time.
Well, I think a major problem is a lot of these guys that are doing really hard, incredible stuff. They carry so much flip on their tricks that they can land forward and still land on their feet. And then they feel like, oh, I landed. I didn't crash, so I must have done it correctly.
Right.
But then you can clearly see on the footage, like, bro, you're a half turn short. And it was cool, don't get me wrong, but, like, did it count C's?
And I get, like, the excitement in the moment because it happens. I did it, fuck yeah, go me.
Right, but then you look at the footage.
You either have to have someone that's going to go, yeah, you did it, facing that way. Or you have to have you have to go back and watch the footage and be like, okay, so I can do better.
Yeah, and that's the most important part, and that's pilot error.
Yeah.
That's not a problem with the sport. That's a problem with people.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you know, like they're the only ones who could fix it. They're the ones who are doing it.
Absolutely. 100% agree.
You know, I think like if there were a competitive circuit, Adrenaline's not doing this, but if they wanted to treat it a little more like gymnastics and have like really exacting technical standards, like they could maybe force a change that way, but it's not going to happen, so it doesn't matter.
We're too stubborn.
Yeah.
We as a community and as individuals, we like the freedom that it gives us, and therefore we don't want any rules.
And tricking attracts a certain rebellious spirit as well. Like,
so
they're just going to say fuck you anyway, regardless of what you say.
Which
is, it's a double-edged sword. It's
good
and
like
bad.
talking about it, like I'm realizing it's an Ouroboros? What is the snake that eats its tail?
You're correct.
Okay. It creates its own issue because we don't want to be told how to live our lives, rule one.
Right.
But if you're not doing it right, someone's going to have to tell you you're not doing it right.
Right.
Which therefore circles back and don't tell me to live my life. Yeah, but you're not doing it right, but don't tell me. And then
and no one likes criticism. It's hard to take. Especially if you did something that, or you think you did something that's like...
You're super proud of.
Yeah, for sure. Like, it can be tough to take, but... you'll grow more as a person, and you'll be a better tricker overall if you can accept that criticism and move on with it. And we all fuck up. We all be like, shut up, dude. I'm not hearing it right now. But
variations will get so big. So big. And people just, like, stop flicking a leg or...
Yeah.
Like, think about where Shuriken Cutter has come from.
Cool. Yeah.
And where it is, I mean, it's taking lives now, but where it's come from and where it is.
Right.
Like, am I wrong? It's like Hyper Snapu.
Yeah.
Like, it was born.
It's the surgeon's
it
best
killed
friend.
3 people.
Yep.
And then it was like, no, hold on, there's a better way to do this.
Yep. Surgeons everywhere, like, do that trick more.
Yeah.
Keep spamming that. Land on 2 feet. It's good for you.
Scalco, Marinus. Who else got fucked by Hyper Snapu?
Probably a lot of people.
Probably. But like...
Now there are people who can spam it.
And combo out of it.
Yeah.
Like
it's not common, but it's
GMS
not uncommon either.
Stupid, yeah.
You know.
But like... Shuriken Cutter, Box Cutter Double.
Yeah.
Old school name. It was just literally a shuriken, and then if you can get your hips turned over, you'd hook.
Yeah, right.
And now it's a full-blown cheap 5 double hook with a flip and a swing.
It's, you know what I think, and I've said this for years in different blog posts and random Facebook posts and that kind of thing, like, I don't even see the kicking so much in tricking anymore. I just see big-ass shapes. And the way Shuriken Cutter has evolved is much more shapely now. Like you just see this big like shape that goes like this,
Yeah,
and it's
this
crazy
motion.
looking.
I'm
Yeah.
afraid to hit things. This motion.
Yeah.
Just coming around twice.
Yep.
It used and there were Flow from Striking Z. Or was it Chris Alfonso? I think it was Chris Alfonso. Alfonso? Doesn't matter. Alfonso? His box cutter double was like like two very distinct kicks.
Right. And that's the
was-
easiest way to do it.
And it was the coolest thing because everyone else either had one leg that stayed out or one leg that came out and then hooked.
Yeah.
But his was like hook, turn, hook, which is weird for a shuriken.
Yeah. He's got really sharp kicks though. All his technique is very like, I want to say traditional, but you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But things have evolved.
Yeah.
So much.
And I think that's a really cool thing about tricking actually, and it gives me, I guess, hope for the future. Like that, there's still room to grow, even with the tricks we've already been playing with for the longest time. Like they're gonna evolve more.
They have. I mean, they don't have to, but they kind of have to.
They're going to.
Yeah.
There's no question in my mind.
The people will latch onto a particular style of doing that, and that'll evolve, and then someone else will do something neat with it. And
Yep. Even singular tricks happen that way. You know, obviously shuriken cutter, but you know, reverse sal is really big right now. Everyone can do it. You know, and
I can't. But
it creates a cool shape, and it's
Yeah.
really useful, and you can use it in a million situations. So
I'm. They're only trying to figure out how to the best way to phrase this. We're almost cycling back into a twisting era.
sort of.
Because Japan's killing it right now with triple B twist and what would you
say,
call it?
man,
A
that
hop
kid.
stay? A hop step?
Yeah.
Like a hop step triple full.
Yeah.
It's not,
It's not standing, but it's standing.
but
Like,
yeah. which no one's done ever.
Yeah, which is ridiculous.
Quad fulls.
All day.
Can someone find a younger quad full for me?
Yeah. I still don't understand how people are doing it from scoot.
Scoot
Like-
quad?
Yeah.
I've barely done double full from Scoot.
I can understand master scoot and TDR because they're kind of like fat girl back handspring or like round off, you know, but
Yeah.
but from scoot,
Yeah.
how you punch even a single full, like you can pop it but punch it,
Yeah.
and you're going around 4 times. That's fucked up.
Back in 2010 at Giga, talked to Luda, who was like the second or third person to do Scoot triple full,
Okay,
and was like, explain to me how this works.
I have many
'Cause
questions.
I can scoot double full on a good day.
Sure.
That is a whole different level I don't fucking understand.
Right.
And he told me, treat it like a cartwheel, like take it over the top more.
Yep.
So that when you get one foot down, the other one punches.
Yeah.
Kind of like what we've all
Sure.
taught for years, how to do cart full, cart dub, cart trip.
Yeah, that's known now.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Same thing for Scoot. And I was like,
But still.
show me. And just like one like step, Scoot triple full. And I was like, now explain it again. Now that I have it fresh, talk to me again. And it made complete sense. I cannot.
Yeah.
My body does not understand standing up that fast.
And you can do triples pretty easy. Or could at one point.
Yeah,
You know?
I cannot understand how Scoot trip, let alone Scoot quad. Like that's a whole new level of like what the fuck.
Yeah, it's funny you said you used to struggle with Scoot dub because that's a pretty standard setup these days.
Yeah.
Like everybody can do Scoot
Yeah.
dub.
And
In fact, it's one of their first dubs. It's usually cartwheel dub, and then you'll do Scoot dub because reasons, and then and then you'll do double quirk.
I think I'm curious to know if that got caught. Hip popped.
Oh.
I'd Scoot double quirk pretty quickly after I got double quirk.
Sure.
It's a whole different beast though.
Yeah.
You would just stand up and swing. Like,
Yeah.
It was for a while. It was my easiest double quirk setup because all I had to do was stand up and swing.
Yeah. Setups are like I see these people try and learn doubles or cork for the first time or gainers, and they're always trying to do it from J-step, and that's great because when you can do it, it should be easier from the setup. But if you just want the skill, get a strong setup, and it's so much fucking easier. Like there's a reason we use setups for power moves. Like
absolutely.
If you're still a noob, use a setup. It's your cork is your power
setup,
move. Ride that train. It's fine.
Yeah.
And then learn it from J-step.
Levi doing cart full swing dubs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
TDR dubs.
Little Levi.
Yeah.
Barriga, yeah.
Yeah, but no one J steps anymore. Full stop.
Mhm.
Like,
period. Dot.
yeah.
Yeah.
Drew Donnelly.
Yeah. I haven't seen Drew
Phil.
post in a while. Yeah.
I haven't watched Phil's new sample. It's out.
Jack did it recently.
Okay, so
At
yeah,
Cat
there's
Sessions. Yeah.
there's a handful of people.
Yeah, I mean it exists, but it's not a main
people
setup
can do it, but
anymore.
yeah, no one does it as a
There's
setup.
no reason to.
It's my favorite though.
Yeah.
It looks so cool if done right.
It does. It looks really nice, and it gives you a kind of a different cork.
Yeah.
As opposed, yeah, you get a very flat one as opposed to like from a TDR where you're gonna flip.
Yeah.
But different uses for it.
True.
Jack was really efficient. I feel like he was doing J-step double cork and then vanish 9 or 12 or something out of it. Mm-hmm. And that flat spin really helps him get back onto the vert axis really nicely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That vanish step pulls in well out of
Yep.
J-step double corks. Like it's much easier.
Yep, makes sense.
I just like, but like cycling, we went through power twisting period for a hot minute with Australia.
Yeah.
And then, or even before that with like Scandinavia with Teddy and all them.
Yeah.
And then Australia picked up, and then the wave kind of came to the U.S. and it turned into a kicking era, and then it passed us and went to Europe and turned into a velo era.
Velo doing all the good things.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then it kind of mellowed for a while. Like everyone was doing variations and
Which I think is really great. And
yeah,
since Trick Theory's been around, that era anyway, I've been seeing more, megas and semis and that kind of thing. And that's actually one of the reasons I built Trick Theory was because I understood those concepts and they weren't really in the collective consciousness yet.
right.
And I wanted to push those concepts. And whether or not I had any part in that is not important. The fact that people are doing it now and abusing it, and it gives so much more dimension
Oh yeah,
to what's possible anyway. And I think we've been exploring that for a while, and I think now people are starting to go a little heavier on the power. And I think that's going to filter back in, though. And we're going to start seeing, like, absurd shit, like Cali Roll Mega Double B Twist or something.
vomit.
That where you're just like, what? Why is that a thing?
Go home.
Yeah, exactly.
Stop it.
Shosei, no.
Yeah.
Naughty Shosei.
Yeah. Or Mega Double B.
Oh,
Like,
I want to
just-
see it so bad.
Just dubs, but
That would be the
Stupid.
manliest dub.
stupid unconventional dubs.
Yeah, just like, I hate my niece so much, and I'm going to do
I
this.
don't need it. I'm 15. I'll be fine.
It's fine. You only got to walk on it for 70 more years. It's fine. Yeah.
By that time,
Yeah.
modern medicine will be such like an amazing thing.
Yo, you're kind of not wrong, because when I was a teen in the 90s, if you got an ACL injury, you were done with all sporting for the rest of your life. Like, that's just how it was. ACL was the worst thing that you could possibly do. Now it's like,
Potentially several surgeries.
See you in 9 months.
Yeah.
You'll be back. It's fine.
Yeah, and
We'll take it from a dead guy and stuff it in you, and you're cool.
you're not wrong.
That's exactly what they do.
Like it. I was a kid in the 90s, like under 10, but like you're not wrong because you get the ACL surgery and then you have probably another one a couple years later to clean it up. And then maybe another one later to clean it up again. And
Because
then,
you fucked it up again.
yeah, and then in like 20 years, they're like, all right, we have to replace it.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's like, just do what's on this piece of paper.
Yeah.
And don't come back. Like,
And that's exactly it. Like, do what's on this piece of paper. As far as I could tell, that's the biggest thing for these things is like, do what they tell you to do. They figured
see
it
this
out.
person
They
and
cracked
let
the
them do-
code.
yeah.
Yeah. Put in the time. If you want to come back, do
like
do the work. If you don't want to, and I would just want to put it out there, like if you get injured and you're facing all this crazy rehab, like you don't have to come back. I know people want you to, and like you feel like you're a quitter if you don't, but like you can make that hard decision and say, look, this isn't worth it to me anymore.
life.
And you can walk.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And other things in life come up all the time. Like
Yeah.
several people have gotten injured and they like start to come back and then they're like, no, I got this other thing in life I gotta do."
Yeah. It's
And
not fun anymore. It's not the same.
Yeah.
And you've always got this thing in the back of your head, like, well, you're going to fuck yourself up if you do that, or be a little careful, and that really takes a lot out of tricking.
It's a huge mental struggle.
Yeah, it really changes things.
Yeah. Like I know with Nick and his knee injury,
Which one?
like the big one.
Right.
From my understanding, the first doctor he went to was like, yeah, we're probably gonna have to keep the leg.
Yeah.
Like
And
you're not gonna walk it's not gonna work. Like, you fucked it.
I didn't know that was a thing. Like, you think amputation, is what I heard is, yeah, they offered, they said, you know, you might have better range of mobility if we just take it off after the knee and give you a prosthetic. And I didn't know you can, like, lose a limb from just twisting it really hard. You know, you think amputation, you're thinking like massive, gory cuts and shit. Not twisting that bitch off. Like, which makes sense. So, like, what happens when you twist clay? It breaks. That's your knee. Like, that's not good, Nick. Nick, that's not good.
But he found his doctor, like, the one. And he was like, nah, I can do it.
Like, when he was smart too to not just take that guy's word for it. You know, like, let's give it the old college try first. You know, before you take my limb, let's give this a shot.
Let me talk to some other people.
Let me see somebody who's not such a fucking Debbie Downer.
You don't need that. Can I have it? Can I have it? I got a thing I'm trying to build.
What are you, hungry, dude? Like, what are you gonna do with it?
Yeah. Like, if that happened in 90s or even early 2000s, it's probably gone.
Yeah, for sure.
Or if they can reconstruct it, it's useless.
Yeah, you've just got this thing that hangs off of your knee,
and you don't you
trick. You kind of balance on it. But
you don't trick.
Yeah.
You don't.
In my
interest, hike. You don't ski.
You don't pick your fucking kids up. No. That's the thing, guys. Like, you're probably gonna have kids at some point. Like, you hurt your knees for life. Like, it sucks when you can't pick your kids up. They want you to run with them. Like, you can't do that shit. It sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks. Be nice to your body. You got to be in it for a while.
True. And like if you can get the surgery and you're like that hurt, get surgery.
Yeah.
Don't piss around on it.
Yeah. Yeah. If you can get, you know, insurance, ride that train for sure.
It's
worth it.
It's the hard part for us, though.
Yeah.
Most trickers, like 15 to 25 range.
Yeah.
Fuck it, I'll be fine.
Yeah, don't do that, right?
Yeah. We're dumb and invincible.
Yeah.
Until you're not.
Yeah, until the universe steps up and reminds you.
Quickly.
Yeah. She does not give a fuck about your opinion.
No, never.
No, she's gonna do what she wants.
Never.
It's getting dark in here.
Don't tempt it. Don't.
It's getting so dark.
Yeah, let's switch this. But
it's also really hot.
It is warm.
I'm sweating my balls off, guys.
Like Dylan said, what made you want to start Trick Theory? Like, you touched on, like, getting some things out there and, like, some knowledge and stuff.
At the time I built it, Mega and Semi were really not understood by anybody. They just didn't exist. There was no resources for it. There was, like, one video from Nick called Landing Stances for Nate Hip-Poss or whatever. Mm-hmm. And
I had one conversation with Kyle McClain.
Yeah.
At Giga, actually.
Yeah, he was doing Megas early.
Yeah, and he did a couple 4-season combos at that gathering.
Nice.
But like the big thing I learned about Mega and Semi, where your toes and your knee have to point the same direction.
That helps
when you land.
Yeah,
like if you land with your foot out and your knee this way.
Yeah, it's gonna go plink.
Yeah, he's like, that's the biggest thing about Mega and Semi. He's like, your foot and your knee have to point in the same direction. I was like,
yeah, that makes sense. That's actually like the best advice you could possibly get for these landings.
Yeah.
But so anyway, these concepts were not out there at all. And you know, I watched the videos, I understood, and I talked with Nick a lot about it. And I just got sick of talking about it online and constantly sharing the same video. So I went and I was building this website, and originally it was just the transitions based on Dan Perez's site, because I think it's a really good framework. Just in terms of ways to think about tricking and how it all connects, and then it was going to be the landing stances in the transitions.
Yeah,
and then so I finished those two sections, and I was like, well, shit, I've got a couple more ideas, and I threw them on. And I started looking at the site, and I thought, well, shit, now it needs all this basic stuff to like back the rest of it up, just so that it's not like
now that I have this. How did I get here?
Yeah, just so that there's a consistency and a reference within its own thing, you know, so you can look back and see exactly what I'm talking about. And all of a sudden it was just this giant snowball. So I was like, okay, well, this exists now. Let's put it out there.
What, with those two stances, what are the, like, aside from foot and knee, what are, like, the biggest things about them that you want to share or like get out there? I realize it's on the website, but like,
nothing really. Just use them more. Twist spotting to me is really boring because it's all backswing. Right, you're always landing incomplete, and you're just doing corks and gainer switches over and over. And I get it; it's cool looking, but Bailey kind of came along and he started spamming the reps too, and that added an extra dimension to the twist spot game.
Yeah,
if you start adding in semi and mega in the same way, like twist spotting becomes an insane thing. Even if you're just doing singles to all the different landing stances, like that's a whole other game, and people are not really riding that train yet.
Yeah, it is hard.
Yeah, it's fucking hard as hell.
And that's why.
Even if you're doing zeros, like GMS, Mega, Aerial,
Wrap,
whatever.
Or swing raise, swing gainer like that.
Yeah, Aerial Semi, swing raise, yeah. Like, that's still hard. It's super hard. But it looks really cool, and it's confusing to the brain because we're not used to looking at it.
Yeah,
which makes it so much better to me. All I'm looking for when I'm looking at your samplers, I don't care that you can do triple cork. I really don't. I want to see something that surprises me. Yeah, and when you pull a mega out of your ass, like I'm surprised and I'm really happy about it.
Are you talking about swing twist spot only being backswing? I want to see. I'm trying to make sure it works in my head again. Semi double cork, swing raise twist, swing semi double cork, swing raise twist, swing semi double
this
front
could be
back,
a thing.
front back, front back.
This can be a thing.
That sounds gross.
Yeah.
And you finish with a cack roll? swing calorie roll at the end as a dub instead of like an actual double cork.
I think it's funny you said semi double cork, which is the way it's supposed to be said, kids. Cork that goes to semi, less than a double. But nobody wants to say it that way anymore. They just call it cork semi. And it's way easier, for sure.
I was like, did I say it wrong?
No, you said it exactly the way it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
But nobody says that shit.
Because it's not a,
Yeah, so like cork and a half, swing raise with a twist.
Yeah.
Swing.
It's that fucking brings me to another thing that's been driving me crazy lately with everyone, and it may or may not be driving you crazy as well, and I might just be on a witch hunt.
Okay.
Not using full names for tricks.
It can be annoying.
Like in conversation, if we already have established the transition to trick before, and I'm just talking about and then D-leg out of it, and then do like whatever in the D-leg, then we've already established I'm doing a full. That's like or a cork or whatever.
Sure.
But when people are like, I did aerial to snipe one I saw the other day. I did aerial D-leg switchblade Cairo. Yeah. Which technically too many things happen.
No, I read one trick, even though I should have known it was a combo.
I did too, and I was like I started trying to do it in my head, and I was like,
how the hell did you do that?
You didn't. You don't aerial D-leg. So aerial twist D-leg, but even then you didn't. Okay,
no, that's for real.
It's the most frustrating thing because
it's funny too because a lot of people will never ever put any transitions, and so it'll just be this like string of words that you have to decipher on your own. But then they will use transitions for like swing.
Yeah,
and so they'll be like aerial full swing cork or whatever, and you're like. Why did you even bother? You just made it harder on yourself.
No one
do it all or don't do any of it.
For real. For real. And not many people are doing corks that aren't swung anyways.
Yeah, almost nobody understands what a boneless cork is or
I
how
don't
to
actually
apply it. Yeah, you do. The vanish cork.
Okay, vanish cork. Okay.
Yeah.
See that I know it is a vanish.
But it's not necessarily from a vanish, which is why it's not a vanish cork. You can do it from a reverse pop. You can do it from a reversal.
True. Okay.
And it's super fucking awkward from a reversal. I suggest everyone go try that.
Hunter's dying. Do you want to jump in real quick?
I have so many strong opinions on this.
Jump in if you need to.
Okay. Boneless cork isn't a vanish cork. I'm sorry, towels. A vanish cork is a boneless cork, but a boneless cork is not a vanish cork.
Correct.
Where the way I think of it, which actually brings up like this super cool new area for tricking, is like it's a variation on a transition.
Yeah.
Which it's so how I've heard boneless described
right
is it's half a swing.
Yes.
So if I did like,
Question: does that apply to everyone's triple corks now?
Well, it's not. Here's the thing. The half is the half that is patched to the leg already.
Yeah.
Generally.
Okay.
It's not the one that comes
Gotcha.
through the leg.
yeah. So like if I did like semi double full, miss leg, full mega, miss leg A twist,
Okay.
like
Swing through.
that could be,
Go ahead.
that could, like a miss leg could be a boneless swing just from a front landing stance. Or like a rapid
Yeah.
could be as well.
Yeah.
And like it brings up this whole new avenue in like tricking of like, well, we can start like varying our, not just our tricks, but our transitions too.
Yeah, how we're doing that, I'm sure.
Which nobody really does.
No.
I mean, there's like compound transitions, I guess.
Skips.
Skips
Carry
and
throughs.
if you wanted. I know we went down the road of calling a wrap full, attack full, a swing attack full for a while,
Yeah.
which I am in full support of, but everybody was like, what? What? No, absolutely not.
I think that one's
it's
funny.
attack full.
Like,
It's funny.
people will accept that that attack is a vanish into a wrap full, but
Yeah.
they can't accept that.
A wrap full is a swing tack full.
Yes, it's so funny. Like,
Which is such a real thing.
yeah,
But
and it's funny too because you see that with people who can accept that a boneless cork is a cork, and they understand why it is a cork, but they can't make that other connection. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of that in tricking. Like if you start to really pay attention, that
Well,
these concepts when you put them in a different context, people just can't quite make the leap,
yeah,
and
and
they can't accept it.
I got into, not an argument, but just a little back and forth with somebody the other day. Somebody posted a common misconception is that putting two hands down makes a master scoot a master scoot. It's actually the master swing.
Yeah, it's the master
Which
movement.
It's the swing.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that's a common misconception.
Right.
And just agreeing with him.
Yeah.
And somebody said, well, if that's true, you know what? Ryan Guillory said,
Oh no.
well, if that's true, then Vanish Master Scoot was a thing. I love you, Ryan, but fucking up. All right.
Hi, Ryan.
But it brought me back to that, like, well, no, we can just variate transitions. So a Vanish Master Scoot is basically like the tactful version of, you know, doing a master scoot. Like I vanished into a master swing,
Yeah.
did a master scoot.
It's funny when you start going down that road too because do you know what a sketch down raise is?
Yeah.
Right. So it's a touchdown raise, but instead of stepping forward into it, you're already backwards, and you just kind of you turn towards like a backward position, and then you.
Yeah. The
Valdez.
Velu touchdown race.
Yeah. Right. So. When you go to like vanish into a master scoot, if you just do it with one hand, all of a sudden it's a vanish sketch down raise. And there's this weird gray area there where these things start to like morph into each other.
Yeah.
And then Dan Perez actually posted something for his hyper school where he was teaching, he calls it something else, but it's sketch down raise.
Yeah.
And how to use master scoot to get to it. And actually,
Vanish
I was actually using the exact same technique to get my own touchdown raise because
it works.
yeah, vanish master scoot is very easy for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, all right, well now you just start changing your position just slightly, and all of a sudden you have TDR.
Yeah.
Yeah, super weird.
It's really interesting. Like, and something that I totally agree with you. Like, we should be exploring these other things.
Yeah, there's.
I still think triple corks are cool.
No, don't get me wrong. I enjoy seeing Mike shit on those things.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like,
But,
he's gassed out and
like-
then he still lands after going around 3 times. What?
Yeah, wild.
Explain how.
But like, there's so much that hasn't really been
Oh yeah.
tapped. Like, and even in like the realm of like power, like Rudy was saying, like multi-stance, like swing combos
Yeah, not a thing.
require so much more power than like, you know,
And-
102
And
or
higher
whatever.
coordination.
Yeah.
Like, I can't say from experience because I've never done a double cork, but from what it looks like to me, you swing up for your cork and then you just twist harder. Like, there's not much more to it than that, right? And same for a triple. Like, you just have to accelerate, which is difficult. But when you start doing variations and you start landing in fucked up positions, like, the coordination game goes through the roof.
Cork mega swing A-twist is way harder than double cork.
Even gainer mega swing A-twist is, like, retardedly hard. And that's a 0-1.
Yeah.
You know, like, that's hard. And people are not doing that. Because it's easier just to gainer switch cork.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the game.
It is.
Yeah.
I want to apologize to Ryan. I'm sorry.
I don't.
Apology tour 2018.
I like you, Ryan. I'll fight you.
Well, I'll let Rudy wrap up then. I just had some things to say. Sorry, everyone.
Would you hit it on? A double? A semi-double?
Yep.
Yeah. Them semis, son. You didn't land with your toes and your knee going the right direction, did you?
No, I can't really undo mine. I'm not one of those people that is capable. I overshot it.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
I over-rotated and over-flipped it a little bit.
Yeah.
If it rolled. I got real comfortable with that combo.
Yeah.
Because I did it once.
You were spamming it, yeah.
I did it. It was hook, card, semi-dub, swing raise, pot full, swing dub.
Yeah.
That's what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I did it once and didn't film it because I didn't actually anticipate doing it. Like I just started playing with that realm and I was like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
I can do this transition and I'll get back to what I'm good at.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the combo.
Which is how you pepper these things into your repertoire and grow it. You find a way to put it in something you can already do.
You just have to either do a touchdown raise or a raise, whatever you're good at.
Yeah.
Especially if you're swinging a semi.
Yeah.
Fuck, or you do it into a tornado kick.
You can Gumby it.
Yeah. You don't even have to go upside down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. You can like semi wrap.
You know what I really like is Keenan was doing this for a while. Is just cart front land semi tornado kick.
Yeah.
Super simple tricks.
Don't have to flip.
Looks so nice though. Mm-hmm. Especially when Keenan makes everything look good. But
he's got pretty legs.
Yeah, he's got good tech on everything too. Mm-hmm. So if you want to get good, watch Keenan and like Matt Milhone.
Matt, our running joke is that Millhouse broke out of a perfect factory.
Yeah, it's real.
They created him, and he was the first one with autonomy. I was like, I'm gonna get out. Like, and they were like, cool over here.
And they gave him a beard too, which is even better.
Yeah. A good one too.
A good beard, yeah.
Yeah.
Better than I can grow.
Dylan's like, yes.
I'm almost 40 and I can't grow a beard that good.
Dude, no one can. But like, you have to, and there's a weird fine line for those transitions in power, because if you put too much power in it, you're screwed. If you don't put enough power in it, you don't get anywhere.
And that's another thing for landing complete or even hyper. Like, it's a little easier to go too hard and land on your heels and roll back on your ass than it is to go too hard on a semi and roll over your toes and go face first into the ground.
Yeah.
I would much rather go backwards into the ground than face first down.
Always.
Yeah.
Every day.
And that's even the scariest thing about doing something simple like like a semi-cork, a gainer Arabian landing semi, into like Gumby, is, man, your face is going toward the ground real fast. And if you're not used to it, it's terrifying the first couple times. Yeah.
It's
even though you're going to catch yourself, it is scary. Yeah.
Yeah, it's that weird, like, you're going to commit, but everything in your body is telling you not to.
Yeah.
So, no, I got it. No, don't do it.
That's how I feel about swings in general. I've never been good at them.
Oh, yeah?
I think they're really hard, and the key to them is to commit. Like, fuck it, I am going no matter what. If my foot hits the floor, I am pulling this double or whatever.
Toes.
Yeah. I used to watch Alec Vail, like, when he was learning to swing, and I just toes into the ground over and over and over, and I was like, man, I don't want to be that guy at all. It just does not look fun at all.
Whenever I kick the floor, I always, like, because I've seen enough people yaki themselves, and I hate that that's the term for it. Sorry, yaki. But I've seen enough people yaki themselves that if I kick the floor really hard coming out of something, I was like, okay, it can't hurt any worse than this.
Oh, is he the one who, like, turned his toe sideways?
Yep. Yep. I'm always like, it can't hurt worse than this. And then I'll look at it to me. I was like, oh, cool, it's still attached. I win.
So what are some other terms? We got yaki. Around here, we say you got wailed.
Wailed.
Yeah,
wail yourself.
You wail your knee. Like, it's not good.
Beach yourself.
Yeah.
What
beached.
What are some other ones?
Yeah. I don't know anymore. We need some more, though.
Yeah, well, I mean, there was...
You can scalpel yourself. It's kind of the same.
It's particularly pertaining to Hyper Snapu.
Yeah.
That's a gnarly video.
Is it?
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
I
or
think I
at least it was.
saw it years ago. I don't
It
remember.
like folds up and pops, and then he like stands up on it, and his foot stays this way, but his
That ain't
entire
good.
body goes this way.
Oh, that ain't good.
It's a gnarly video. Go find it. Go find it.
What was the who was it? The trampoline video where you can use ankle snap.
Laz.
God, yes,
I haven't watched
Laz.
it.
Oh, dude,
I haven't watched it.
it's so rough. It's like a gunshot
It was close enough
or firework.
in timeline. It might have been like a year and a half later, but it was close enough in timeline to mine
You're like,
that
no,
I was
I
like,
haven't. Nope.
don't care. I'm sorry.
You got
Okay.
lazzed.
Yeah, we got last. Every now and then Santana will say, "Don't Rudy yourself."
Oh.
If you roll your ankle.
Oh.
I don't know if we have any other.
Yeah. If you can think, comment on this video.
Yeah, what are some other fun terms?
Who got hyper hooked in the face at Hooked?
Oh God, I know that.
So it could be a thing.
Was it Silva?
I think it was.
I don't know.
It was bad.
I mean,
That can be a
honestly,
thing.
that's a whole nother topic because
Yeah.
I before that actually happened, I was talking to somebody about how we get close to each other and miss by like inches,
Yeah.
less than inches.
You feel the
Like,
wind sometimes. That
Yeah,
ain't good.
like in the video, it's like half an inch away
Yeah.
from the person's face, and no one had ever been hit.
Yeah.
And then,
Homie took it.
and then we had a connection. And like you have people land on people every now and then, but I'm talking like mid kick, like Ed, who almost kicked Ed's head off.
Oh, and jam?
Yeah. What was it? I thought it happened at loop kicks too.
Oh, wasn't it loop kicks? I was thinking,
don't remember.
Wasn't it jam? It was somewhere over
I
there.
don't remember.
But yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And then somebody almost took Pot's head off. And then
You can't hurt Mr. Pot.
yeah, and then like Pat Chu and Corey Dunstan almost took each other out.
That would be a good one.
Like we've had so many close calls and no one has died. And then every now and then you'll kick somebody or something, but like
Yeah.
nothing big.
These kids
Touchdown
hit,
raised or something.
they
but,
hit
like,
little
nothing.
kids a lot, and that one actually pisses me off. Like, it's one thing to hit another tricker. Like, you can't hit little kids, even if they run your way. You just
Yeah,
can't do it.
I always played the game of get as close as possible.
Yeah.
I wouldn't try to hit them,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna be beside you,
Yeah.
and you're gonna learn.
Yo,
Like-
where we used to train on Tuesdays, they would have acro yoga. So people like laying on their backs and like holding people up, balancing each other.
Oh, okay,
So,
yeah.
Yeah, and they would take up the whole fucking floor. And it just made me crazy. And for the first couple years, it was just me. And so I would just do stuff and land like right next to their head. And they were calm. They didn't even like seem to care. But I was like, I'm gonna make my presence known so that you don't keep expanding. And
Hey, you guys.
now they don't show up on Tuesdays anymore, which is good.
I mean, yeah,
Because and all the triggers be coming now, so like even if they did, they're not gonna like it.
true.
Yeah.
We at our old gym where Dylan and I used to train. There's a Tuesday session that college cheerleaders and college gymnasts would come to, and we'd just go and train because I worked there and we knew the people, and
Sure.
it was fine. Like, I think it was actually an open gym, but I don't actually know. Yeah. And every now and then it was 2 full-size spring floors connected all the way down.
Plenty of room
Yeah, and
for anything.
we'd be cross tumbling from like this corner to that corner, and without
on one
fail,
floor.
on one floor, yeah,
Yeah.
not even across both, and without fail, at least once a month, like this whole huge stunt group would set up in the corner,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
Could
do
get it.
you not see us?
Yeah.
Like, how? I don't.
That's exactly it. Like I get it. You're trying to be out of the way. You're in the corner. That's great, but you need to pay attention to what
Go
other people
go
are
to the
doing.
other corner that we're not using.
Yeah.
Like,
Homie's using this corner.
yeah.
He might not be there right now, but he wants to be in a few minutes.
Yeah, and I'm big. I'm not the tallest tricker or by any means.
No, but
My tricks like to take up all of the space.
well, and that's the thing. If you're over about 5'9", which you're what, about 6 foot?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
like
6
5'11",
foot.
Yeah.
So my setup takes me halfway across the floor.
My hook kick takes me halfway across the
Yeah,
floor.
like there is no such thing as like just using a corner of space unless I'm doing one trick. You know, like if it's a combo, like I'm going to cross the floor. That's just the way it is.
Not to dig on Ed, because like it's a great training tactic. Like everyone should try this at least once.
The Nazca thing, stay in a little box.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard.
I was doing something, and I forget what combo I was doing, but I was literally taking up the entire floor, and he was like, why are you taking up the entire? Because everyone's going down the lanes.
Yeah, right.
And I'm, never had to fucking go down a lane. Why would I? And it was weird when we moved here. Everyone tricked this way on the floor.
Yeah.
And not this way on the floor.
Right.
And I was always like, you guys know there's more room this way.
But you can get more people tricking at the same time if you use the lanes.
Yeah, but even then, we don't stay in a straight line.
I know.
I prefer to.
Yeah.
No one else in Colorado does. Everyone else likes to change directions on a hat.
Yeah, I get it.
Like Charlie, you have to watch out for Charlie.
Yeah. And there's a lot of triggers like that. Like, you just don't know where the hell they're going to end up.
Abel will fall and start a whole new combo.
Yeah, just
Which,
keep going.
good for him.
Yeah.
Dylan related to RAM in a computer. Just resets and keeps going.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ed was like, you should really practice tricking in a box. And I was like, you don't understand. It doesn't. It won't. That box will be one trick. Like, that's all I got. Like, I can't.
Yeah. Well, the way you do it is you do what, they all do is you throw a random hook kick and change directions or whatever. And I don't like the way that looks, honestly. I really prefer one target the whole time. Or maybe one target and then change target.
If it bends, it doesn't bother me. Like if it's a slow bend, but if it's like a sharp bend or like a tight circle, then yeah.
I don't like it when it's just like, I'm going to kick over here, and then I'm going to be twist that way, and then I'm going to kick that way, and then I'm going to kick back over here, and then I'm going to do a fucking cartwheel, and I'm just like, what is happening? Yeah. Will Coney's gets away with it because he's got so much steez, and his style is really raw and wild like that, and it works.
And
but
he can fit the transitions with it, too.
It doesn't.
Because he doesn't always put a normal transition in.
Yeah, he's going to misleg or do something fucked up.
He'll do a stupid under-rotated 540, and then raise in a completely back the other way.
Which is super hard. Have you tried that?
No. Well, kind of, but not that way.
It's really, really weird. I thought it would be easy because Kiki Akubo used to just spam it. Like
yeah.
I was like, oh man, that little girl can do it. Like, I can definitely learn to do it.
I can do that.
No, I trained it for weeks. Like, even just hitting the Gumby is hard as shit. Yeah. Like, it's not cool.
I feel like I with the way I learned how to trick, and I'm like a momentum based tricker. If I can stack it and just keep it rolling, then I can finish well.
Yeah.
If I have to turn, then the entire combo dies, which is like a fault of mine because I don't have that explosive power, and I whatever. But like I either has to curve for the momentum to stay in it, or I have to be in a straight line.
Yeah, I can change directions because I'm not doing anything that difficult. Right, so I can do most things from standing. I don't even have to do anything that's difficult. Right, but I still want to keep that same target the whole time. That's always been my goal.
It's an aesthetic.
I don't mind going forward and kicking forward, and then going right and kicking forward again. Like that's fine, but I don't want to be like.
Yeah. I think it's an aesthetic thing. It might also be like. Well, I was gonna say it might also be like our time frame.
Perhaps
because everyone was very like. Target based.
Yeah, I think the traditional sport karate kind of lends itself that way.
Yeah.
That's another thing about it though, is I kind of feel like it shows a higher degree of control when you maintain a single target.
I agree.
Whereas if you're arcing, like there's a certain out of controlness to it. Your balance is off, and that's why you're arcing. Yeah. So those really straight combos, while they might not be as fun to watch sometimes, they definitely show a tighter control. And you can see that about some of these guys like from Europe where you see it and all they have is like a tumbled strip.
And it's a straight line.
And it's like concrete on both sides and they've got this like 40-foot strip and it's like...
And they fit an entire like 7-hit combo.
They learned to trick on that.
Yeah.
But man, those guys got control. Mm-hmm. Like look out because they are going to do everything and they're going to do it perfectly.
Yeah.
Because if they don't, they're going to die.
Yeah. So like last thing to real quick answer... Because I remember you said you didn't really have an answer. Before we really tie things together and wrap it up, there's always a fun question. Where do you kind of see tricking going? Like in the future, obviously, like things will get more powerful and stupid because evolution.
Yeah, that stuff's not important.
Yeah. What do you
culturally? I think the existence of adrenaline casts a lot of uncertainty. not because they're a negative entity in any way. I'm really happy they exist. But I don't know if it's going to be a major part of tricking or just this thing that exists on the side.
Right.
I mean, it's definitely hype right now, but will it maintain? I don't know. I think it probably will. And I wonder then if we'll have sort of factions, which is what we're already kind of seeing, where you've got people who want to compete and go to like a nice, well-run event like Camp Adrenaline, and then kids who want to party and trick all weekend, which is where you would go to a typical gathering because they're just raves. Like, let's be honest.
Okay.
We dance a little bit different, but like it's not different. You know, it's a rave. So I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And I think that's really kind of interesting, and I'm curious, and I'm hopeful that it'll all work out. I mean, we might end up like skateboarding, where most people just skate because it's fun, right? And those will be the random trickers. And then there might be a competitive scene. Who knows?
I just don't want there to be, and this is being selfish, I don't want there to be this huge divide that it almost seems like there's creating. But I mean, we're going to hit this rift at first, and then it's going to like meld back together once we actually establish whatever we're going to do.
Yeah.
But like with I don't follow skateboarding as much. I follow snowboarding and like that kind of extreme sport more.
Snow sports.
Yeah, I guess. I don't even think I follow that enough. But like you have the like super pipe, and you have the freestyle,
downhill,
and you have
yeah.
the big air, and then you have the backcountry, and then you have Red Bull has what's it called? Red Bull has this one that's that they did a couple years ago that was like backcountry, and it was like down trees, and it was a line. It was this huge side of a mountain that had down trees and jumps, and it was basically like they created a fake backcountry. Yeah. It was like, all right, you're the best line.
Try to live.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Or fucking Red Bull. What is it? Down.
Red Bull Rampage.
Rampage. Try to live. Get to the bottom. That's how I watched that. I'm like,
no.
I'm gonna take the road. But that's kind of how I want to see it. Like, everyone's cohesive. And like, if you want to do this, you can do this. If you want to do that, you can do that. But no one is. And if you can dabble, you can play in both. Or
sure.
But I don't want there to be this huge, like, you'll fuck the competitors. It's all about this.
There will always be those guys.
Right.
I think as a community as a whole, it's not going to be that way.
Yeah. Okay.
Because, I mean, we could already do that with, say, sport karate guys.
True.
You know?
True. I mean, we did for a little while.
And you can look at somebody's style and, you know, see, like, their karate guy. Mm-hmm. And you can see, like, this guy had a trampoline growing up because his parents didn't love him. You know, they're like, go get her, it's fine. Like, I
didn't have a trampoline until like right before I went to college. Yeah. And even then it was the neighbors that they didn't want anymore.
Right. And like, you can have a certain judgment about their style and maybe you don't like it, but at the end of the day, like, if they show up at a gathering, you're still gonna be cool with them because we're still playing the same game. You just play it a little different. It's still fun. And I think that'll always be the way.
I hope so.
Yeah. I don't think it's gonna go anywhere.
No.
Wrap it up. Brian's melting.
Yeah.
No, that's but so let's end it there. Like, I just wanted to know what your thoughts were on that. Open-ended question.
Yeah.
It could go forever. But so thank you guys for watching.
Thanks.
Where do they find Brian?
Hey Brian, where do they find you? Where
Tricktheory.com.
Do you want friends on Facebook or Instagram, or do you have a YouTube?
No, you can follow me on Instagram if you want. I haven't been posting in a while. I used to only just live stream gatherings that I went to, or not live stream, live tweet, I guess.
Yeah.
But I haven't been doing that recently either. But there's footage on there. It's cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll link that. Don't put what? Where's my frame?
Around you.
Put that here. Here. Put it here. Yeah, right there. With that as the reveal. Thank you guys for watching this. If you like this video, hit like. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe. And Dylan put the latest episode here, just in this area. If you haven't watched that, go watch it. Bye, guys.
I'm legit melting.
Yeah, well, you're there.